So here is a super powerful little tip, little trick, little strategy that you can employ in your business to start growing like gangbusters over the next 12 months. And everybody, pretty much anybody listening to this right now has the ability to go forth and implement this strategy. It's just a matter of if you will actually do it. And in my experience, 99% of people will not. And that is your opportunity to stand out. So here's what I want you to do. We talk about all the time how to build a personal media empire, right? How to build a empire that bolts onto your business. We put out content. We attract people to our tribe because your vibe attracts your tribe. And then we transmute those people into paying customers. One of the most powerful ways that you can do this to accelerate the growth of your media machine, your personal brand, and to elevate your status, your authority, your credibility is to throw a party. Go throw a party. So throwing a live event, there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. I'm going to break down some of the things that I would recommend to think about to get the most out of an event like this and how to start from zero if you've never done anything like this before. Now, but the first thing is to recognize that networking, like your net worth is a result of your network, right? The people that you know and the people that know you is going to dictate how well and how quickly you can grow. Now, we know this, and yet we don't fully take advantage of this. And so we might go to a networking event, we might go shake some hands, give out some business cards and things like that. We might go to an event, to a conference and see somebody on stage and think, oh, I'd love to be on stage someday, right? But you don't realize that you could go home and you could throw your own event. You could make your own stage. You could invite people and you could elevate your own status. Because I don't know if there's any high schoolers listening to this. Probably not. But if there is, for the two of you that are listening, if you are struggling to be popular in school and you want to instantly elevate your clout with the kids, are they still saying clout? Is that probably not? I don't know. I'm like 10 years behind. If you want to like be one of the cool kids, easiest way to do this is to throw a party when your parents are out of town, right? Like to be the one that throws the party instantly elevates you. Even if nobody knows you, they're like, oh yeah, I'm going over to Brandon's house for his party. Like that party at Brandon's was amazing. They don't even have to talk to you. They don't have to party with you. They don't have to see you dance or anything like that. You're the one that threw the party and therefore you're instantly elevated. And I think about this because one of my coaching clients threw an event last week, had 75 people come to it, which is like a fucking phenomenal first event to throw. And he was telling me afterwards, he's like, it was incredible because there was like a line of people after I got done, just that wanted to talk to me. Like, and I couldn't even get to everybody. And I was like, yeah, when you go to a normal networking event, say there's 75 people there, you have to go work your way through the crowd, right? But when you're the one that throws the party and 75 people come, they all come to you afterwards. They all want to talk to you, the person who threw the thing. So it's instant credibility, even if you don't know anything, even if you just started. Like this is literally how I think Sam Parr started The Hustle. If you guys don't know, Sam Parr has a fantastic podcast called My First Million. His first business was The Hustle. It was a newsletter that he grew to a couple million subscribers and then sold it for, I don't even know if he's ever actually disclosed it, but mid 8 figures, right? So the way that he started this was originally The Hustle was a conference. It was an event. And so it was called HustleCon. Not a great name, but it's pretty funny. What he would do is he would throw this event and he would go get speakers, get them to agree to come to it. And he'd start selling tickets before he actually had the speakers lined up. And so he was like concurrently, using the speakers that he was trying to get lined up to sell tickets. And then the tickets would come and he'd go to the speakers and be like, look, it's going to be amazing. Right. And so concurrently, there's some shady stuff there. But it worked. And so he throws the party, gets these speakers, get these people there, and it instantly elevates him despite the fact that he doesn't even have to be the one that goes on stage and talks. Everybody just knows Sam Parr. He threw the event. He's the host, right? So that's the first thing, is that you don't even have to have the business really figured out yet to start throwing events. It is a powerful way to bring people together. Now, if you're trying to elevate the rooms that you're getting inside of, if you're young and you're just out of college and like, I want to get around other ambitious people that want big things for their life, that are committed to personal development and personal growth, well, here's what you can do is put together your own little community. Reach out to people that are in your area, in your network, that you think are awesome, that are doing incredible things, that are striving, and say, hey, I'm going to put together a private dinner. 15 people, 15 of my closest friends, 15 of like this community's most badass who are on this journey of creating something incredible. I'd like you to come. Cool. I'll come to a dinner. I'll come hang out with 15 cool people, right? Now you have a dinner, 15 people. They come together. Boom. Now you're having great conversations. Now you're building relationships. You don't have to throw an event with 100 or 1,000 people. You can build impactful communities with just really highly targeted, small, condensed groups of people that you curate with intention. And you can be the person, you can be the linchpin, the glue that brings them all together. Now, if you really want to maximize this for like full value, one of my other students, he runs a real estate private equity group, and so he brings in investors into his real estate deals. He has investors that have been with him for decades at this point, and so he created his inner circle, and then he brings them together for dinners, a little appreciation dinner to say thanks for investing with me, and then he brings in some speakers to like add some value, but then facilitates conversations between all of these other high-level investors at this private dinner. Now what he does is he takes that. This is what we call selling the sawdust, right? Sawdust, okay, probably got to give you some context here, right? You don't just go selling sawdust. The idea here is that back in yesteryear, some guy was in this timber factory. They're cutting all the lumber, cutting all the wood, and like sending it off. And every day he'd have to sweep up the sawdust and then throw it away. And one day he looks at the sawdust and he's like, man, there's a lot of sawdust, right? I got to throw it away, and it seems like kind of a waste. If only there was something that we could do with the sawdust, or some way that we could sell it, that would be great. And from that, they invented plywood, where they take the sawdust, they do some magic, and then voila, plywood, right? Now they sell the plywood. So this thing that was once a waste now becomes a product. It's turning a cost center into a profit center, right? And so what he did, what my student does with his event is, after that event, he has all these great conversations, adds a ton of value to his inner circle, but he also has other people in his list, in his community, that he's trying to nurture and have them become investors in the future. So what he does is he transcribes a conversation, some of the most frequently discussed conversations at that dinner, turns it into a newsletter, sends it over to his other community and says, hey, here's a sneak behind the curtains, a glimpse into some high-level conversations that occurs inside of this dinner. This is for you guys now, right? You could also record videos and then share that. And from my own personal experience, I did exactly this maybe 2.5 years ago. I was invited to this really high-level private creator event where like 15 of the top creators on the internet were brought together in LA. We got together for a couple days, stayed in this really rad little Airbnb, and we just sat and we had like these private conversations about what's working, what's not working, behind the scenes of content creation in the current state of the union. Coming off that event, I took my learnings, I took my notes, I transcribed them, I turned them into social media content that then went super gangbusters viral. Now that went super gangbuster viral for a slightly different reason than I initially thought, which was you bring together 15 white dudes and take a picture, you're going to get a lot of hate. Like, just so you know, if you only have one brown dude in there and no women, you're going to get, prepare for a lot of hate. So, did not see that coming. So, I'll maybe do a podcast on that later. Anywho, you can turn these events, these parties that you're throwing, and garner the nuggets from them, and then share that and sell your sawdust to show other people that weren't present at the party just how cool you are for going to parties or being the person that throws a party, right? This, I'm telling you, you will be surprised by how impactful this is for your total brand awareness and credibility. But the other thing is, my student from last week, he comes and he's like, we had 75 people, and I already have like 7 leads from that. So he's a realtor, 7 leads. That's a big deal. Like, even if only 2 of those actually work out, that's tens of thousands of dollars of income just from that one event. And I told him, I was like, you know what? You got just like 7 or 8 leads right now. My guess is they've now been exposed to you. They need a couple more months of seeing you consistently show up in your content, throwing other events, right? And then there's going to be a significant portion of the rest of that audience, because maybe they're just not ready right now. Maybe you planted some seeds in their mind that they just weren't ready for them to blossom, but you keep watering them. You keep shining your light on them. And at some point in the not too distant future, when they go to sell or they want to buy something, they're going to think of you, right? And so like that is how you get the flywheel of your media machine running. So go throw a party. Don't be a ninny. I know the big fear is, what if I throw a party and nobody comes? Well, the plus side is, if you throw a party and nobody comes, nobody knows about it. So stop holding yourself back. Get out of your way. Go throw a party. Promise you, it's worth it. I'll see you guys in the next episode.